Hello my charmed ones, and welcome back to my channel for another video. So as many of you guys may already know, on Saturday I actually held a live launch party for my 2021 planner inserts. And I don't know about you, but whenever I launch something new, like the first thing I want to do when there's new planner inserts involved is completely like set up my planner fresh. And I was thinking, you know what? It is the middle of July right now. July is the middle of the year for 2020. I would absolutely love to go through and do my mid-year review process. And if you're not familiar already, I have a process that I follow that actually is on this very nifty little insert I have here. I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to see it very well, but I have a mid-year refresh and review process that I like to follow. And I have this insert that I'm going to actually leave a link down below for you guys. If you want to get it, it'll be a freebie up on my shop as a little bonus freebie this month. And yeah, I thought, you know what, let me go through my mid-year process, let me set up my planner, do all that fun stuff. And I thought maybe you guys would kind of like to see me at least not do this entire mid-year process, because I mean, it's a lot of individual things and a lot of it is like personal goals and objectives that would be inside of my planner. But before I get to that, I wanted to completely set up my planner for the year, or at least for the, the second half of the year. So that's what I want to show you today, that whole process. And I'll give you a tour of what inserts and specifically what new inserts I'm using inside of my planner, just to give you some ideas for things that you might be interested in using, or if you want to kind of see like how I'm using things in my planner, stay tuned. This video is for you. The first thing I need to do before I set up my planner fresh for the second half of the year is I need to empty it and clean it. So I'm carefully removing all my inserts from the disc binding before I go ahead and clean the cover itself. The cover is from Chanel and it's several years old, but you would never know it because it's made of goat skin, which is a very hardy variety of leather. I like to clean it with Meguiar's leather conditioning wipes, but honestly, goat skin cleans up very well with a damp towel and a microfiber too. But these wipes give it a nice glossy finish. Once I'm finished cleaning it, I just leave it out to air dry with a crumpled tissue inside to keep the cover slightly open. Next, I need to go through all the inserts I've just taken out of the planner and sort through them. Some inserts will remain in the planner, but anything extra can be removed to make space for new inserts and plans for the second half of the year. And I did intentionally blur this clip just to keep any sensitive information protected as I sort. My planner has been packed full with so many different inserts, including a number of different inserts I had been testing before my recent insert launch. Whenever I design a new insert, I do use it in my own planner day to day to test it, and that personal experience ends up helping me decide on final adjustments before I make the design available to the public. Now that I've taken out the old, it's in with the new. Of course, I needed to print and cut the new inserts I was adding to my planner. Thanks to my new formatting for my inserts, printing my inserts is even easier than ever, and the process of cutting and punching them is my favorite hands-on craft. It's so cathartic and satisfying. Give this video a thumbs up and leave me a comment if you also find the process of printing, cutting, and punching your own inserts relaxing as well. With all my new inserts ready to go and my old ones sorted through, it's time to start assembling the planner into my disc-bound system. I've been using disc-bound on and off since 2015, and I still find it to be one of the easiest binding systems to use and the most flexible. Leave me a comment and let me know if you'd like me to make a whole video on disc-bound systems, because there are so many different options now, and I love that they are, for the most part, mix and match. You may also notice in this clip that I'm making sure to attach my print-on-demand planner tabs as well. To save room in my planner, I prefer these sticky tabs to actual dividers. I sell a print-on-demand version of these tabs that you can customize, but when you purchase the 2021 Master Planner system, you also get a dedicated PDF that goes along with the planner as a free bonus as well. Finally, I'm going to give you a tour of my new setup next. So I'm going to try to move through this video as quickly as I can because you know me, I can sit and talk about like every single insert in my planner for hours, and I think that would just take up too much time. So the whole like inner pocket area of my planner really hasn't changed from my previous videos, so I will kind of let that go. Next, I have my dashboard, my 2020 dashboard. This and many other things that are inside of my planner are actually freebies on my shop. So I'm going to keep those linked down in the description box, as well as linked to every other thing that I can think of, including all of the new inserts that you might be interested in down in the description box. So I just want to kind of say that, get out of the way. So we are not talking about that with every insert. So my ideal day is another insert that's available for you guys to just plan out your ideal days, weeks, month, and quarter to keep on track of habits and routines. Then I have the self-care routines insert, another freebie. I have this Chanel dashboard that is printed on vellum. And this is not something that I distribute because I do not have the rights to this. It's just something I made for myself. Then we get into the actual inserts. The first set of inserts in my planner are the Charmed Life Master Planner 2020, as you can see here. Now, before we actually get into these inserts, I did want to make a comment about the launch on Saturday of the 2021 inserts. Now, I realize in that launch, I explained to you guys the whole new system for the master plan, how it's mix and match, and there's different options now for monthly and weekly. Now, I realized that all of those changes I made were only for 2021 forward when you made that purchase. And a lot of you guys were saying, you know, I would love to be able to use the inserts now and, you know, start actually putting them in my planner and using them, etc. So I listened to what you guys had to say. I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I want to use my inserts now too, right? Even though the change was made for 2021, I wanted to use the inserts now just like you guys. So over the last few days, I hustled and I created dated files for all of the master planner inserts for July 2020 through December 2020, and I've added them to the master plan listing. So now when you purchase the 2021 master planner, you're going to get all of the dated inserts for 2020, the second half of the year, so that you can start using them immediately. So essentially it's like, what is that? It's not just a 12-month planner. What is that, like an 18-month planner now because I've added like an additional 6 months? Yeah. So yeah, that's what you get now when you purchase the Charmed Life Master Planner for 2021. And I'll make sure that that is linked down below and I'll leave it in the description. So let's just go ahead and I'll try to quickly move through my planner. Obviously it starts off with the calendar, you know, the 2-page calendar for the year. Then we have the yearly tracker that I use for like astrological information and just like tracking different things. Then I have my yearly overview, which is a year on 4 pages that I've basically been using as like my editorial calendar now instead of my monthly calendar. Okay, so now we get to my monthly spread in my master planner, and this is one of the new options that I have for 2020 to 2021 now for the master planner, which is I have a month on 1-page insert. So as you can see here, that's the insert that I've decided to use because I think month on 2 pages for me was always just too much now that I've stopped using my monthly calendar as my editorial calendar. So anyone who's been following me for a while probably remembers that, but now I'm using the month on 1 page, and I love that it is just like so much more compact and I can really save space in my planner, which I really like. So as you can see here, it has like that truncated monthly view, and I've just been using little page flag or sticker flags to mark off important days, and then I can go ahead and list them out down at the bottom here where it says important dates and events. What I also love about this insert is that it has an area for your top 3, so that you can go ahead and say like what your top 3 goals are or objectives or whatever you're focused on, whatever your priorities are. You've got a space for them now on this insert, which I absolutely love. And then of course on the back of it, we've got the master monthly task list. So I haven't filled mine out yet because obviously I just put this all together and I'm going to be going through my mid-year review process after this and filling everything out. But yeah, that is the month on 1 page option, and that's the monthly that I'm using at least for the rest of the year, you know, unless I decide to change it. But, you know, for the right now, that's what I've got set up for the rest of this planner. So another change to the master planner had to do with me adding some new like daily, weekly spreads to the options for the master planner. So at the beginning of each set of monthly inserts now for the week, the daily, weekly inserts, you have your tracker, right? Which that's not anything new. I just changed it to, tell you what month you're in. And you can see that I'm actually using the week on one page insert. So that is the insert that I've decided to use. Again, I just feel like for me, I don't need a full 2-page for a week. And I definitely don't need the day on one page option, which those are the 3 options for the master planner moving forward for July 2020 into 2021. It's day on one page you could get, a week on one page, or a week on 2 pages. And for me, the week on one page is where it's at. So you can see here, this is like how I've been using it and planning in this. I have another insert in here, which is another one of my new inserts, which is my workflow task list. So this is essentially an insert that I can use in order to help me like manage tasks that have multiple stages for completion. So you can see here, like this one I call planner videos. So there's a bunch of planner videos I want to make on all of the different inserts that are new for 2021. And so I've created this like workflow where I'm kind of like listing out all the steps for each individual video as though it's its own project. So this will help me to keep everything organized so I don't have to like make a project plan for every individual like video I'm making. And I don't have to like clog up a to-do list with all my individual actions. I have them kind of all, listed out on this workflow task list. You can see on the back, this is what it looks like, blank. Of course, the mid-year refresh and review page, I definitely recommend checking that out if you would like to do one as well. And yeah, here's some blank spreads for the week on one page. And then we get to August. This is what it looks like blank. And I've gone ahead and, populated or organized, I should say, my weeks in between my months, right? So that's like one of the changes for the new year as well, is that you can choose how to organize your pages. You could put all your months together and all your weeks together, or you can do what I do, which is create this continuous style where I put the month in and then I insert all of these inserts for the weekly pages. So let's go ahead and we can just breeze through this whole section. And then we get to the project section. So here is my yearly project tracker, and this is just the place where I like to lay out and map out where all of my projects are going to go throughout my year. And because a lot of my projects are private, there is one that I don't mind showing you guys, which is the project plan for my CEO strategy planner. This was a planner that I launched back in March, I think it was. Yeah, so this is just an example of a project plan, but I don't have any empties right now in here. So I'm gonna have to probably go through these projects as I do my mid-year review, pull out old ones, and then add some new project planning pages in as well, just to keep me up to date. But that is my project planning section, which all comes with the master planner. Then I've got another one of these pretty vellum divider pages, just like an inspiration board. And then we get to the brain dump section. And this is where I have my brain dump and organize and act sheets in here. And I do have a couple of free ones. I can show you what a blank looks like. And then of course, the next section is the brainstorm section that has brainstorm and plan and prep. So this is where I might kind of pre-plan out like a project or an idea or something that I'm working on in a kind of like very well organized way, and then kind of define tasks and notes, and then I could turn that into a project plan. Then the final section of this master planner is my notes section. So I actually have a lot of like catch-all inserts that I actually kind of keep here in the end of the master planner. The first being some of my meal planning inserts. So if you're not familiar, I do have a meal planning bundle. It has a couple of different inserts with it. I don't have all of them in my planner because I don't personally use all of them, but I have a meal master list here. And then I have a weekly meal plan here. So what I generally do is I keep the meal master list. So I kind of have like all of my running ideas of what I'm eating right now. And then I kind of just use like a sticky note to map out like my meals for the week. So instead of like printing out new inserts for this every single week, My meals don't change very often, so I just kind of use a sticky note to keep that organized, and at least I have a dedicated place in my planner where I always know I can check for my meal plan. So I hope that makes sense. The next thing I've got here is just some random note pages. And then I've gone ahead and put in some of my new inserts that I'm so excited about that I want to just have in my planner just to keep on hand. So the first one is the half page scheduler. So this is a little insert that I designed. It is half of a piece of paper in terms of like if your pages are half letter, these are half letter, it's half of a half letter. It also comes with half of a personal size, and you can also increase the size of these as well if you would like to print them bigger or smaller. But it's essentially an undated day on one page insert, but kind of folded over into two. So you can see up here, you can choose like the month and day, and then you have an area for your top three. You've got a schedule from 6 a.m. to 12. And then on the back, you've got a full task list. So since I'm someone who is using, as I've shown you, a week on one page, and there's not like a tremendous amount of room for, you know, information on those pages. The idea is that like if I have a really busy day one day, I can go ahead and just use one of these inserts and fill it out, and it can act as like a day on one page for me to just use for that one day. I'm definitely not someone who has like days where I necessarily always have to be scheduling my tasks out or scheduling out like what I'm going to be doing from like the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep. But they do happen every once in a while. So I love the fact that I have this insert that gives me the ability to plan like that without having to rely on my entire planner being like a day on one page. That would just be totally unnecessary for me. So that is that little insert. I'm really excited about that. And I have, like I said, I have a couple of them in here just to have on hand. I also have another copy of the workflow, right? Just because I do end up using these very often. I also went ahead and put in some copies of the new insert for meeting notes. Now, I don't personally do a lot of meetings, right? Because I work for myself and I'm a solopreneur, but I do sometimes take classes and things like that, or attend webinars and things like that online. So I thought it would be good for me to just have a few of these meeting notes in my planner, because normally I just use like a plain piece of paper, and it's probably better for me to like use a nice like properly organized worksheet for things like that. So just threw a couple of those in here. And then I also have my new note pages in here, the blank note pages that are like square and grid and dot and lined. So I use these for a number of different things, like especially different sorts of note taking, or this insert specifically, this is the light dot grid. I use this one now to kind of come up with my ideas for like new insert designs, because it's light enough for me to like write on it and it's visible, but it also kind of provides that like square grid, so it makes it easy for me to kind of like design things proportionally. So yeah, so I've got a couple of these in here, just some blank line pages, and I've got the dot grid as well in here, right? So I just am keeping a few extras in here. I can't afford with my small rings. I'm only using 3/4 inch rings in here, so I can't really afford to put like too many extras in here, but I do like to have certain things on hand. Another thing I always have on hand as well is just blank printer paper that's been cut and punched. Again, I use this for a lot of different things, right? Like taking notes. Now I'll be able to use more specific inserts for different things, but I just love having just a few pages of blank paper in here for me to write whatever I need. Okay, so that is the master planner and all of my like little extra inserts in the first section. And now we've got another one of these vellum dividers with a computer on it for my CEO strategy planner. So my CEO strategy planner is my dedicated business insert. So I get a lot of questions from people about whether or not the master planner is intended for business people. The master planner is intended for everyone, right? So it's not specifically a business planner. It is a calendar and agenda system for tasks, time management, and organization, right? However, my CEO strategy planner, this is my dedicated set of inserts that are for business planning, specifically if you're like a creative entrepreneur, someone who works online, things like that. If you're on like internet platforms, this is probably the thing you want to purchase, right? So it's a dedicated set of undated worksheet inserts for you to essentially create like an entire business plan for yourself. So I have walked through this before. Nothing is really that different from here. I've got my creative business plan, my brand vision for the next year, 3, 5, 10 years. Then I have an overview for my year of the things that I want to accomplish. I have like little monthly objectives for myself, which I usually use just to list out my freebies. And then I have, in here right now, I just have Q3's quarterly business plan, right? So you have a sheet for each quarter. Like I said, it's undated, this set of inserts, the CEO strategy planner, but I do have things like the months and quarters in here. And then you can just put in the dates yourself, right? It's for the year. So you can use this set of inserts year over year. So this is my Q3 income breakdown. So here I'd be able to list, what I make during the quarter. I have a little area to do some brainstorming for what I'm working on. Then I have an overview of each of the months and the focus, marketing plan, and the list building that I'm going to be doing for each month. And then I have a page for each day of, for each month of the quarter. So I'll show you a blank one here. This is for August. It has an area for focus, campaigns that I'm working on. So focus would be like what the big thing is that I'm doing. Like for me in July, the big thing was the 2021 insert launch. Then I have an area for campaigns if I have any formal campaigns that I'm working on. Then I have actually it's not blank because I already wrote it in. Okay, well, these are blank normally, the monthly calendar in here, and I just go in and write in the dates for myself. And then at the bottom, I have the important dates and events. This is very similar to my month on one page calendar, but this is like business related, right? And then on the back of these, there's an area for you to put key tasks that are business related, and then you can mark off like what kind of tasks they are. Are they related to products, list building, marketing, development, or other, which are like the key categories that I use for organizing my business. And I think that they're great categories for any business owner to use if you're doing something online, social media, online platforms. So those are the business plans for the quarter. And then we get to a section for objectives. So I don't have anything filled out right now because I pulled everything out that was already completed. But my business objectives are kind of like a very strategic project plan. So on one side of this, I have an area where I will list out what my objective is for my business, whatever I'm working on. And then I will create a workflow with the steps, right? So a lot of times when people, business owners, anyone really, are going to reach an objective and want to create a project plan in order to reach the objective, they might not know all of the steps, right? And they might need an opportunity to work out their ideas and what they think they're going to need to do first, what they're going to need to do before something else happens, and what's going to happen after. So that's what this sheet is all about. And then once you've worked out the idea, right, for the process, then you can go ahead and create a strategic project plan. So that's what this is. This is my strategic project plan. That is really, this is probably one of the reasons I don't have tons of extra real project plans in my planner, is because I think I'm just going to switch to using these more often because they're probably better suited for me being a business owner. Next section here is my marketing plan, right? So here I have, and I'll try to find a blank. I have inserts that are for content brainstorms and creating a monthly content planner, right? So I can list out all of the content that I want to create and make a plan for myself. Again, this is totally geared towards online entrepreneurs or people who are doing things like, with social media and different platforms like YouTube, blog, etc. Then I have a campaign builder in here, right? I just have one right now. And I'm not going to, I really feel like I shouldn't talk through this too much because I feel like you guys, there are dedicated videos on my channel about each of these and you can get more information. But I've got one of those in here. I've got some content outlines. Here's actually the content outline for the video that you're watching right now. So I've got that like kind of filled out. Then I've got these marketing plans, content trackers. So this is where I would kind of just track all my ideas for different pieces of content and then select what platform they're for. Oh, got another campaign builder. Okay, I've got some more campaign builders back here. I should probably put these all together then. Someone was just out of order. Much better. Okay. So then after these campaign builders, I have my finances section. Now, for obvious reasons, I'm not going to open this up because it has my business finances in it. However, I do want to go ahead and say, normally the finances section was part of the CEO strategy planner. So this is still all the CEO strategy planner. But for 2021's insert launch, which means right now this is available, I have made my finance section a bundle of its own so that you can buy that even if you're not a business owner. So definitely check that out. I will leave it linked down below for you guys if you're interested in the finance bundle. It is now available by itself as an a la carte option, but it is also part of the CEO strategy planner bundle. So you can get it one of two ways, right? But if you buy the bundle on my shop, you actually get the inserts in personal size and half letter, which in CEO strategy planner, it's only half letter right now. And the last section here, I just have like another pretty vellum, is my High Vibe Bible journaling inserts. So I took out the ones that I was already using so you guys can take a look at these. But my High Vibe Bible is my 90-day journal to raise your vibration and manifest your desires. And it is available as inserts on my shop as well. So just to give you an idea what this looks like, every week starts off with a page, and these are completely undated, so you only have to buy it once, so you can print as much as you need. So it starts off with this weekly spread, which has your mantra, what you're manifesting this week, and how your manifestation makes you feel. And on the back of it, it says how I'm raising my vibration, signs and synchronicities, and the things you're executing on this week. And then for every day, there is a page for you to do daily journaling, what you're grateful for, and getting into alignment with your thoughts and actions. So there's 7 of those. And then at the back of the last page, there's like a weekly sort of roundup where you can say what manifested for you this week, the high point of your week, and what you learned about yourself. So that is everything in terms of my inserts. And I guess I should also just mention what this is. This is like a little Chanel invoice, like receipt cover that I kind of just punched and put in here, and I can like slide pieces of paper and things in here just like as like an extra planner pocket. I just think it looks pretty, and it also kind of acts like a page lifter back here. But yeah, so that is everything inside of my planner set up for the second half of 2020. And now I got to go and do my mid-year review. So I hope that this has been interesting to you. The last thing that I want to say before I go, however, is that if you did not go to the launch party for the 2021 planner inserts, I do have a coupon code available through the end of July for anyone who purchases on the shop. If you spend $100, you will get $20 off your order with the code launch party. So I will try to leave that up on the screen, and I will leave it down below. But I hope that that's helpful for you guys, because hopefully watching this video, you'll see lots of different types of inserts in here. And hopefully you'll be able to design your own personal custom planner situation for the second half of 2020 and beyond. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please let me know. And again, check the description box. I'm going to leave a lot of information in there. But yeah, please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!